James Norton, how are you?
Hi, Steph. Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. I watched your film the other day and oh wow. I mean, I was on a bit of an emotional roller coaster with it. Such a beautiful story. I'm going to start with a bit of a funny question, but how good are you at window cleaning after filming that?
Um, you know what? I'm all right. I had to learn how to window clean. The director insisted. He's very sort of detailed, and he got me a professional window cleaner and met, and we cleaned some windows together. I learned how to do it. I think I've still got my squeegee somewhere, which is handy. Yeah,
So you can do your own windows now, James.
I can do yours. I can do anyone's. If the acting goes up, I'm ready.
I love that. One of my favorite parts of the film is when you clean that guy's house. He was so rude, and I was thinking, don't do anything, just get in the car and drive off. Don't do anything. And luckily you did. And then I was thinking, I wonder what's going to happen with that. Yeah. You came back with the eggs, and I was just like, I'm very much here for it. That must have felt so good, being John and going back and doing that.
It did. Do you know what? There were two scary things on that film set. One was doing a Northern Irish accent in a crew of people from Northern Ireland, because you're always aware of everyone listening, and you're not from there, so you make sure that the accent is brilliant. What was more scary than doing the Northern Irish accent was having to throw a packet of eggs and hit a very small window with all these guys. A lot of film sets, there's like camera departments and sparks and grips, and they're kind of these big dudes who know how to throw. And I missed multiple times. So when I hit it was like being back at school, and you're the one who have to take like a Gareth Southgate penalty, and the pressure was on, but I got the window eventually.
How many takes were there?
A few. There's definitely a behind the scene B-roll where I get it, and I'm like, full celebration mode.
I love that. Now, you play John, as we mentioned, the window cleaner. He's a single parent to such a beautiful boy called Michael, 4-year-old boy. What did you enjoy the most about this story? Because there's just, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, the script had it all really in the first reading. It made me cry, and so I knew that we were on something special very early on. But what really elevated this movie and made it one of, if not the most special experience I've ever had on a film set, was working with Daniel. Because I guess as an actor, all you can hope for is the moment you have with your scene partner. If it's real and authentic and present, then you don't really act anymore. It's happening in real time. And they say, don't work with animals and children because you never know what you're going to get. It's very unpredictable. When it works, like it did with Daniel, it's beautiful, because I'm there reading a book about where dinosaurs go to die, or I'm talking about this beetle which has sort of passed on into the world, and I've got these big eyes, this little Daniel looking up at me, and in real time the actor and the character are learning about death, and it makes my life very easy, because all I have to do is just be there, present with him, and the camera's rolling, and it was very, very, very profound, and moving. Yeah, it was extraordinary, really.
Now, you filmed this over 2 years ago. Have you recently had to watch it again just to get your memory back? Because obviously I know you've been doing other stuff since.
Yeah, well, what was wonderful was that we managed to get to Venice, because what with the pandemic, no film festivals happened really at all, and the only one which happened in real life was Venice, and we managed to be accepted into that festival. So we all got to go with the Lamonts, with Kasia and Jeffrey and Erin and Daniel, the whole family, and had this really magical few days there. So we watched it there for the first time in the cinema. Quite funny, because everyone was wearing a mask, and with the tears and the mask, it all got a little bit kind of messy. There's a lot of sort of how do I sort this out. Then we watched it on Tuesday at the Curzon for sort of a premiere gala which we had in London. So I've seen it a couple of times since. And the weird thing is, I've not said this yet, but I can't work out if it's a little narcissistic to cry at one's own film, especially if you're the only one in it. But it made me cry, which is kind of mad, really, because usually you don't really you usually obsess about small vain things when you're watching yourself. But this film, I was able to detach myself and really recognize how moving it is. it was Daniel. I wasn't crying at my performance. It was Daniel. I can say that.
He literally, after that film, I was like, I want to adopt him. Like, can I actually have him? I did read that you felt a bit broody after kind of starring alongside Daniel. Is this still the case? Because you've watched the film now a fair few times. Do you still want a child of your own?
Oh, look, I've always hoped to have a family one day. My little sister's got 2 boys now, a 2.5 and a 6-month-old, and I'm a new uncle to them, and that's just so along with this film has definitely like contributed to my my emerging broodiness. But yeah, no, I'm 35. Maybe one day, if I'm lucky enough to have a family, that would be wonderful. My partner, I think, was a little bit unnerved during the filming of it, because I did keep coming home and going, maybe, no, what do you think? So yeah, we'll see. But it's a tricky thing with we're both actors, and it's always a little peripatetic, our life. So but we'll see one day, hopefully, if I'm lucky enough.
And just quickly, finally, before I go, the team are just gathering messages up for to support England on Sunday. Do you have any messages for the boys?
My word, I mean, just bring it home. What can I say? We need this right now. I think, the world needs it, but our little island, we've had a rough couple of years, and so whatever happens, it's going to be fantastic. It's already a victory, but it would be wonderful to bring it home finally. So yeah, good luck. Please don't lose. Don't go to penalties.